How does the family deal with it? I mean, there's so many emotions there, and then there's this huge monster that you guys are trying to take down. Like, what kind of toll does that take on a family?
I mean, it's difficult to describe. It's every single day is a nightmare. I mean, imagine the worst day of your life. It's like that every single day. And there are moments, you know, where something happens that makes you feel good, that makes you feel like you've accomplished something. Like, for example, the monthly vigil is so important to me because it's one day a month where I feel uplifted by the actions of others. Being there in the crowd with other people who care about justice, it's incredibly uplifting. So there are moments like that, yes, but the majority of the time, I mean, it's a nightmare. And I guess one of the worst parts of it is that when you're the victim of a terrible crime, you expect that in that moment, authorities will be there to assist you, that you can trust them to do their job properly. But for us, it's just been one long fight to make sure that things are done properly. That, I think, to me, is one of the worst things, because in that moment where all you want to do is lock yourself in your room and just be alone and have some peace and quiet, instead you have to be out there throwing punches.
Did you have time to mourn?
No, I'm not at all, not in the least. I mean, it's just been postponed since 2017. And the reason for that is that my family, we just simply haven't had a chance to rest. And it's not out of choice, it's out of necessity that we're always out there, that we're always working towards justice. Actually, it's like that for our lawyers too. I mean, for everyone really who's part of a campaign for justice, for the women of Occupy Justice, for the activists at Republica. It's been like that since 2017.
Obviously, all these people you mentioned did not lose a mother. I mean,
but even if my mom wasn't related to the people who are out there fighting, a lot of my mother's readers had a connection to her through her writing, and they felt close to her. They felt like they trusted her, and they felt like as long as she was there, at least things were fine. And when she was gone, it felt like they had lost a part of themselves.
So this nightmare that you're reliving every day, what would it look like to wake up from the nightmare?
I will never wake up from it because my mother was murdered almost in front of me, and I mean, someone would have to remove part of my brain to take that away from me. But what we can hope to do is at least make things a little better. Make sure that doesn't happen again. Make sure that my mother didn't die for nothing.
With the case of,
because it's not about my feelings. If my mother didn't have children, the need for justice would still be there. It's not about my state of mind, my emotions. It has nothing to do with that. It's about the need for justice for this person who is a victim of this terrible crime.
Okay, because
And that is not going to go away, whether I'm here or I'm there.
because you said I don't want my mother to have died for nothing. I'm paraphrasing. What could she have died for? Like we're talking about, like what is worth that ultimate sacrifice? I'm a bit confused.
What did the people who murdered my mother want to do? They wanted to stop her work. Why did they want to stop her work? Because they wanted to get away with corruption. So, in order to make sure that my mother didn't die for nothing, we have to make sure that the people she was investigating face justice. This is crucially important. Again, not just for me, for the victim, my mother, and for the country itself.
Has the country done enough? Does the country merit?
There are moments when I feel like, to hell with it. But what sort of quickly brings me back into focus is this need for justice for my mother.